Welcome to the road to 1 million US dollars. Let's get right into the Bitcoin chart for today. First of all, on this 4-hour time frame, because right now you can see that Bitcoin is basically just trading inside this small descending channel. Now, the reason I want to start off with this today is actually because, I was taking a look at what other crypto YouTubers are saying, and I'm seeing them draw like falling wedges and stuff like this. Something like this is an example of what I saw. In my opinion, I think this is a little bit early here to be flipping more bullish because we haven't really seen those reversal signals yet. Like, for example, the reason why I'm basically warning about patterns like this is if you see a breakout here, maybe something like this, where you get some choppy price action breaking above this trend line and then going up from there, well, it can still just as easily get a rejection from this price level right here, because Bitcoin would basically still be trading inside this descending channel. So then you go long here with leverage, expecting the price to just start pumping much higher, when in reality you have this descending channel to actually worry about as a level of resistance. So that's why, for me personally at least, I'm keeping it to this descending channel as a confirmation signal that we could be pushing higher here. For example, if we break out, then retest this as a level of support and get a bounce from there. In that case, I will be flipping more bullish in the short term. But for now, in my opinion, it just looks like we are still in this downtrend, and this could continue for some time, especially considering that it is a Friday right now, so we're about to go into the weekend. Typically on weekends, we get very low volatility. This is an example of a weekend right here where you're literally just chopping around sideways with very low volatility. And I think that on this chart today, it could look again something like this up until Monday when the markets open again, and that's when we will be seeing more volatility. But for now, I think there's not too much we can expect in terms of bullish price action for Bitcoin. And taking a look at the daily RSI here, we are also still in this downtrend and are not, even though we are getting kind of close to oversold territory, we haven't fully reached it yet, because we are in oversold territory whenever the RSI is below 30, and right now the RSI is at 36. And of course, as you can see right here, whenever the RSI is above 70, it is in overbought territory, but it can go way above 70 as well. For example, right here, it reached 87. And that also means that the RSI can go much lower below that 30 level as well. So that is something to keep in mind. There is still plenty of room to the downside here on this daily time frame before actually reaching oversold territory. Although before we continue to be too bearish here, we do have to take a look at this 4-hour time frame, because in my last video I talked about if we lose this 65k level as a level of support, then likely we are heading down lower to this level right here at 63.6k. And right now you can see that Bitcoin is bouncing perfectly from that level of support. So as of right now, this level looks to be holding. And if we continue to bounce from this level, then this will be the next important price level to pay attention to, which is this big level of resistance sitting from 65k all the way up to 66,000 US dollars for the Bitcoin price. Although for now, we must keep in mind that if we trade below the 63.6k level, then likely we are going lower. There is a Fibonacci level right here, which again, I will get to in just a second. But the next big level of support is also this 62.4k level, all the way down to 60,000 US dollars for the Bitcoin price once again. Now, in terms of the important Fibonacci levels to pay attention to right now, we have this 63.2k level, where if we go lower here, we could still see a bounce from there, or at least see Bitcoin retesting this for a little bit. So that is important to note. And if we go to the upside here, we have this 65.2k level that could act as a level of resistance. Now, of course, if you have been watching my recent videos, you know that I confirmed this hidden bearish divergence on the 4-hour time frame, which is whenever you have lower highs in the Bitcoin price and higher highs in the RSI momentum indicator. And I confirmed this hidden bearish divergence right here at about 66.7k. And so far, we have seen a lot of momentum to the downside, totaling in a move of about 5% in the Bitcoin price. And of course, much lower price action correction for most altcoins. So that is why it is important to pay attention to what Bitcoin is doing. So if you see Bitcoin drop 5%, then you can see altcoins drop 10, 15, 20%. So that is something important to keep in mind. Now, I know that basically throughout the entirety of June, I have been pretty bearish in my videos. And to be fair, as you can see in this chart, we have basically seen nothing but downside. So it was warranted. At the same time, I do want to say that this 1 month Bitcoin liquidation heat map is starting to look a little bit more bullish here because, yeah, we simply took out most of the liquidity to the downside right here. So yes, there is still some liquidity on this chart to the downside, as low as about 62K, and up until this level, we have about $700 to $800 million worth of longs that could get liquidated if the price goes that low. But taking a look at the upside here, you have about $1 billion of shorts that get liquidated at 67.6K. Then you have another billion that get liquidated at 70.5K. And then we have over $2 billion worth of shorts that get liquidated at 72.3K. So in my opinion, I do think that at some point the price is just going to get attracted to the upside right here. Because first of all, we are in a bull market. And second of all, there's just a lot of liquidity to grab to the upside here. And especially at that moment when everyone flips bearish, I think that will be the time that basically the price is ready to reverse to the upside. Although for now, zooming into this 24-hour time frame, we do have to keep in mind this level of liquidity right here at about 63,000 US dollars for the Bitcoin price, because right now most of the liquidity is to the downside on this 24-hour time frame. So that is important to pay attention to. And I'm sorry to cut this video a little bit short here, but there's a bunch of construction going on outside. So I will cover Solana and Ethereum again in tomorrow's video. Now, one last thing I do want to mention here is if you are new here, I highly recommend you check out the Road to 1 Million Discord community. Right here, you can see that we have 824 members inside this group already. And of course, as you know, I only started my channel a couple of months ago here. So it's a very active community of people that are trading crypto and sharing their analysis every single day. So if you are a complete beginner in crypto, new to trading, or you have been doing this for a long time and you've seen a couple bull runs, either way, it is a great place to be a part of, to either learn from others or share your knowledge. So I recommend you go check it out. This has been today's market update. Thank you very much for watching once again. Please make sure to subscribe with notifications on if you haven't already, so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. And I will see you tomorrow in the next video.